Hello and welcome to this tutorial video on adding sermons to your website. Here with your BRN Web Tools website, if we've installed the sermon plugin for you and configured that, you'll be able to add sermons to your site and easily upload them after you preach. And we're going to show you how to do that here today. So many of you record your sermons in different ways. You might record your sermons on a CD. You might record your sermons directly to a computer. Either way, we just need to get that file on the computer. If you record to a computer, that's the easiest way to go about it. But if you record to a CD, you can take that CD and import it into any audio editing program. My favorite is Adobe Audition. It's a great program. It is a monthly subscription on the Creative Cloud. And you can check out, if you Google Adobe Creative Cloud, look for Adobe Audition, you can see that there. If you are a nonprofit, there's special nonprofit pricing you can get for that. This is a great program. A lot of people like Audacity, which is a free program to use. That will be my recommendation for you if you're just starting out, is to use Audacity. That's Audacity. It's a free program. You can get it from audacity.com, and you can record in that. You can save out to MP3 in that as well. So whatever you might be recording with, there are a lot of different programs out there. Audacity is pretty much the most well used in churches, just due to the fact of it is free, and it does work very, very well. So once you have your audio into the program that you're using, whether it's from a CD or whether it's from directly to the computer, either way, you can import this CD directly into the program. And if you look at your program's help documentation, whether it's for Audacity or whatever the program might be, it's going to tell you how to import a CD. You can also just do a quick Google search of how to import CD into Audacity, and it'll show you how to do that. Once the CD is there, you're going to see some waveforms that look kind of like what's on my screen here, and that is the file itself. You can edit this, you can drag across it, you can delete or cut anything you would like to out of the file. That's totally up to you. You can edit whatever you would like, and you can work your way through the file itself. Every program operates in that way. So when you get the sermon the way that you would like it, you can cut off anything in the beginning, cut off anything at the end, cut out anything in the middle that you would like, just by easily dragging across it and by cutting it or deleting it out of there, and it'll take the entire snippet out of there. You can clear out empty space, so on and so forth. You can raise the volume of audio as well if you would like. So there's a number of things that you can do inside of an audio editing program. Once that's done and you're ready to put it on the website, now you are putting it on the World Wide Web, so do make sure that there is nothing in there that you don't want people to hear. So do be careful with that. If you need to remove an illustration, maybe one that is of a personal nature or something dealing with somebody in your church that you don't want on the web, do make sure that you're very careful in what you put up online. Once it's ready to go, all we have to do is go to File and go to Save As. Some programs use Export. Either way is fine. Save As or Export. Click Save As. You're going to want to make sure you select MP3, and you're going to want to change up your format settings from 192 to 32. So remember that. You're going to want to go MP3 and 32 kilobytes per second. Okay. When we do that, this program is going to say, hey, I recommend you to change your sample rate. It's going to go ahead and set it for me, so I just say OK. So a sample rate of 16,000 hertz, stereo, 32-bit, format settings MP3, 32 kilobytes per second, CBR. So that's what you want to look for. The main thing is 32 kilobytes per second. Everything else will fall into its place. And when you're done, just click OK. It'll go ahead and save that file for you. So remember, MP3 and 32 kilobytes per second is your friend. The reason for that is that will let you store quite a number of sermons on your website. Now, depending on which plan you have with us here at BRN Web Tools, you might be at 1 gig of storage, 3 gigs of storage, 5 gigs, so on and so forth. That'll depict on how many sermons you can put up. And if you make sure you squish them to 32 kilobytes per second, they're still going to sound just fine, but it's going to let you put more sermons up on your disk space that you have with us. So once you've got the sermon ready to go, very easy to add a sermon. Come into your website, log into your control panel, come into the dashboard area, and you're going to see a little tool called Series Engine. Go ahead, come over, click on Series Engine. And here's where you create and edit messages. So if we want to add a new message, all we have to do is click the Add New button. And it's going to say go ahead and type in your title. So we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and select a speaker. We're going to go ahead and select a date. We could put a description in if we wanted to. We could also put in a video embed code if we want to. Say you have something stored up on YouTube that you want into the sermon. Very easy to do. We want to go ahead and add this sermon to recent sermons, to the recent sermon series. And I'm going to tell you more about series in just a moment. We're going to add that there. And if we want to add new topics, we can associate it with, say, faith, love, charity, whatever that might be. We can add a topic, and when people search by a topic, it'll pull up the sermon as well. The only other thing we have to do on this page is under the audio URL. This is the most important part, is click Upload File right here. So after we've filled in these blocks, click Upload File. And then literally all we have to do is come and find our sermon on our computer. So I have my sermon here. We just drag it and drop it on top of this window. And you're going to see it upload here. And there it is. And we just click Select File. And we see we have our file here now. So all that we have to do, we have our title in, we have our speaker in, we have our date here. We have the audio file added. We've added it to a series. And we click Add New Message. As soon as we do that, we see our test sermon is listed here. We can come back and edit it if we want to. We can also delete it if we would like to delete it. So now if we go over here to our sermons page, we're going to come down here, and it is going to populate on this page once it's all saved, okay? So coming back to the series engine, I want to show you through a couple quick things. Once a sermon is added here to this page, it will immediately publish to the sermons page. Now this is a test website here that we're working on, so I have to add the shortcode to the sermons page to make that work. That will be done on your website when you get it, and you don't actually have to do anything on that page. There will be a player there for you to show you how that works, and you can see the sermons and all of that. But here's the sermon itself. You just add it here, and then you can log out and you're ready to go. The sermon will be there for people to listen to. You can edit different series. You can add new series. Like here I have recent sermons. I could add a new series called Philippians. I could add a new series called Bible Conference, so on and so forth. That's up to you on what you would like to do there. You can add series types. So I have one called Sermons. You could have one called Sunday School Lessons. You could have one called Special Meetings. You can have one called maybe Wednesday Bible Study, things like that. Once again, that just gives you another way to break it down for people. There's different types of series you can have. You can also edit topics. We can add a new topic here if we wish. So it can be the topic of faith, so on and so forth. We would just add our message topics here if we want to utilize that part of it. We can also edit our speakers as well, so we can add more speakers here if we would like. First name, last name, add a new speaker. That's pretty simple. And then they're going to be available in the Series Engine tab for you when you go to add a new sermon. You don't have to worry about the embed code, podcast, user's guide, or anything like that for the moment. Basically, you're going to be using these very top features here And if you need help with these, let us know. You can generate a podcast from this as well. So if you're wanting to put them with an RSS feed or something like that, that is doable. Let us know if you have questions on that. But yeah, that's really how simple it is to add sermons. Once again, as a refresh, when you're ready to add a sermon, come into your dashboard, go to Series Engine. Once you're there, click Add New. Put in your title, select your speaker, choose your date, click Upload File, look for your audio file, drag and drop it into the window. After it uploads, the blue line will go away. Hit Select File, add it to whatever series you would like it to go to, and click Add New Message. And as soon as you do that, it's going to add it right there for you, and you're going to be able to see it right away. So that's really how neat the sermon plugin works. Let us know if you have any questions. All the sermons will immediately be published to your sermons page in a player that people can search by and look for right there on the sermons page. They can search by speaker, they can search by topic, they can also search by series. I'll show you a quick website that we have it working on. If we come to the sermons page here on this website, you're going to actually see this sermon plugin in action. You're going to see that we have different series, we have different speakers here, we have different topics, and then you can see the sermons down through here. People can click listen to listen. They can hit the play button and it'll start playing for them. They can also download the sermon. They can click down and see the details about it. They can also click share and share the sermon on Facebook, on Twitter. They can share a link. They can also send an email. So however they would like to do it, they can share it saying, hey, I just listened to this great sermon. Here's where you go listen to it at. So all that's built right here in here for you. And people can look down the page and see your sermons that you have. And obviously, if they were to come here and browse by a different speaker, it would automatically load the sermons just from that speaker. Or if they want to load from a certain event, here would be, in this particular case, a primetime Bible school. There were three sermons there. They can come here and listen to them, also download them. Either way, and it's going to download the MP3 file for them. So that's how the Sermon Manager works here at BRN Web Tools. Let us know if you have any questions. Again, you're looking for the Series Engine plug-in here, and that'll take you right into it. Let us know if you have any questions. You can reach us by email, support@brnwebtools.com. Let us know if we can help you in any way. Thanks so much.